and welcome to Hobbit 5 Episode 10. I'm Rebecca Platt. H5 is a web series with a new episode each Friday, gotta get done on Friday. That wraps up the week's key Hobbit production news, courtesy of TheOneRing.net, all in 5 minutes time. So without any further delay, the clock is ticking, let's get right to it. This episode of Hobbit 5 is a very special one, and I think you'll agree. P.S. Note the Frodo ears, courtesy of Weta. But first, the biggest news by far this week is that production has begun. I repeat, production has begun in New Zealand on The Hobbit. This also happens to be our 10th episode, so congratulations to us for making it to the big 1-0. And finally, this week's character study turned out to be Frodo Baggins. So yes, a bit of a trifecta. And to celebrate the momentous occasion, we are going to offer a bag of swag of sorts to the lucky winners who can be the first, second, and third to discover and solve a secret riddle that is hidden within this episode. So pay close attention, solve the riddle, and send your answer to the email address listed below, and we will send you a bunch of free gear from the TheOneRing.net swag closet. So before we get started, we're going to reveal the winner from our background contest. William Ireland Ott IV of New Jersey illustrated this amazing background for us. By the way, we got a bunch of great submissions, some of which we'll likely feature in future episodes, so keep sending your backgrounds. The Shire is built, the Hobbits have arrived, and production of one of the biggest films ever to be made in New Zealand has begun. After the trials at the end of last year, filming is now underway on The Hobbit, the two-part prequel to the Lord of the Rings trilogy. The tussle last year resulted in Prime Minister John Key proclaiming that the government would make concessions to filmmakers Warner Brothers, including a change to labor laws, clarifying the status of film workers as contractors. The media described The Hobbit as possibly the biggest movie franchise ever, and Key said last year the amount being spent on the films was off the scale, even for Hollywood. Sets have again been created at a sheep and beef farm near Matamata, and other yet-to-be-announced locations around New Zealand will be used during the filming that will take place for more than a year. Several of the stars of the film are already in the country, including English actor Martin Freeman, who will play Bilbo Baggins. Some of Jackson's favorite actors will return to play alongside Freeman, including Sir Ian McKellen as Gandalf and Elijah Wood as Frodo. The Hobbit official blog has gone live on the internet. Brought to us by the Hobbit team, it features a photo of the cast, including Martin Freeman, which will probably help the world become familiar with its new heroes of Middle-earth. The blog was kind enough to include our latest Hobbit 5 episode on the site as well. Let's hope they keep that up. And we will watch it carefully leading up to the production of the two films, scheduled for release in 2012 and 2013. For fans, the production signals an end to long years of waiting and anticipation, filled with highs and lows. The fate of the films seemed in doubt during lawsuits, studio financial troubles, and the search for and the loss of a director. The story of how the movie got to this point is high drama all its own. And of course, TheOneRing.net and Hobbit 5 will follow every detail of the production and beyond. Reporting on the much anticipated start of filming for The Hobbit, stuff.co.nz mentions a few very interesting things regarding casting. Warner Brothers named Kiwi actors Jeffrey Thomas and Mike Mizrahi for the roles of Dwarf Kings Thor and Thrain. Both actors have done quite a bit of television acting. No wind of this casting announcement has reached the rest of the internet yet, so only time can prove the truth behind this story. Torrens Hall of Fire will hold a series of fortnightly, that's once every 2 weeks, Hobbit Rumors Roundup chats over coming weekends that will give Hobbit fans the opportunity to dissect and speculate upon all the latest news from the productions. These fortnightly chats, starting this Saturday, March 25th, will alternate every other week with their chapter-by-chapter discussion of The Hobbit. Also of interest on Torrent, we bring you this. On any given day, there could be many Tolkien-related events taking place somewhere on this great big planet of ours. Sometimes we get to post those on our homepage, sometimes we don't. To make things a bit easier for ringers worldwide to keep track of upcoming and past events, we are announcing the TheOneRing.net event calendar. Our goal is to make this the most comprehensive calendar for Tolkien fans worldwide, and with your help, we hope to reach that goal. Follow the link to view the upcoming events. Our character study this week is Frodo Baggins, which is definitely cool. But due to the fact that there was a ton of news this week, we're just going to give you the Cliff Notes version. And most of you already know Frodo intimately, and if you don't, go watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy right now. With that being said, Frodo was a nice young hobbit who went on an adventure to save Middle-earth. I think he destroyed some ring or something, and then he came home and wrote about it. Elijah Wood, what can you say? The man is a phenomenal actor who made a big splash as a young actor in Radio Fire and hasn't stopped making great movies ever since, with the highlight of his career playing Frodo Baggins. And now on to our questions. Our most upvoted question is who is going to be the voice of Smaug? And that's a really good question, and unfortunately I can't answer that right now because we're not quite sure. But who knows, maybe James Earl Jones? Okay, I'm just kidding, don't worry, just kidding. But as soon as we find out, we'll be sure to let you know. And then our next most upvoted question is where do I get my fab t-shirts? Well, all the t-shirts from the earlier episodes were from my awesome closet, and the recent ones are from the lovely guys over at Warner Brother Games, Weta, and TheOneRing.net. That's it for this installment of Hobbit and 5. I'm Rebecca Platt, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned here each Friday, and please subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. Until next time. One of the questions on YouTube was, am I single? That was like, I'm out here, I'm single. Holy crap. Oh God, I can be molded onto my ears.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna want to take this off.
Oh God. Friday. She's like 12 years old.